Mark Edwards story, part 2.
Hi, it's Mark. This is my life story, part 2. I left off at going to the job fair. I just want to recap some things. Over there, this is a park I grew up with from my grandma's house, so after I was 9. And the music I was listening to was mostly just video game music. And when I was about 13 or 12, I started listening to Collective Soul. And then 13, middle school, I got a Tupac CD. That's about all I had for music though until I was 16, 17. I went to Job Corps. Got used to Job Corps after about 3 days. Orientations, chose my trade, clerical, chose to get my high school diploma. So I was doing that for a year and a half. After I graduated, which was right before I turned 18, I got paid about $1,800. I spent it on a brand new PS2, a bunch of games and food and other stuff. And then, while I was in Job Corps, I met a girl named Michelle. And I was 17 and she was 19. I met her at Job Corps. She got medical school and she went back home and stayed in contact with me for about 6 months while I was still in Job Corps. Came up to Utah and visited me while I was in Job Corps twice with her own money in our hotel room. That was fun. After I graduated, instead of going home, I went straight to her and started living with her, her mom, and her brother for about a year and a half. During that period, she was working 7-Eleven. I was working Kmart for a couple months, and then Taco John's when we moved up to Greeley. Stayed at my grandma's for a few months. Went to school, went to college for about a semester. I got a C in reading and a B in math. That's all I took because it was paid for by my grandma. And then when I went for my second semester, I didn't cancel classes in time. Didn't get a grant, didn't have any money, so I ended up owing them. I haven't gotten back to school since. Went back to Denver. Michelle said, well, I'm tired of you not working. I'm going to become a stripper if you can't get a job. She became a stripper. And then I just stayed with her for about 6 months to a year after that. Got a job at Taco Bell. She was still a stripper for another 2 years. And then during that time, it was just a bunch of drugs and fun stuff. I didn't have to pay for much of it. I still have my video games. Finally broke up with her, left her. She didn't want me to, but she was cheating, scandalous girl behind your back, conniving. But I love you type person. And then got rid of her, moved on. I got a job at Taco Bell through a friend named Peter Martinez that knew Michelle. And he had a little brother named Sergio Martinez. Started living with them, got to know them, roommates for about a year and a half. Still working at Taco Bell the whole time. At this point, the music is from 17 until then, 18 until then. I was listening to Linkin Park, Korn, a lot of mainstream rock. Not much rap. I heard rap, danced rap, but I didn't have many of the CDs. I mostly just had rock, Godsmack, alternative, 3 Doors Down, a lot of stuff, Linkin Park. Stayed with that kind of music till 2004 2005. Actually, maybe 2006. Hold on, let me think. Yeah, until 2005, and then I started getting more rap into my CD collection. Right after I broke up with Michelle, I was living. She had her own apartment, and I knew her mom really well, so she let me stay with her for a while. And while I stayed with her at her house for about 6 months, I found a girl named Allison and dated her. Had some fun. We used to play hide and seek in the middle of the night in the forest by this park, Littleton, Colorado. Did that for a while. 6 months there. And then I started living with Peter and Sergio. Still working at Taco Bell, still doing fun stuff. Finally got in trouble by the cops once. Was for DWAI, driving while legally impaired, under the influence of marijuana. Got in trouble with that. Had to do probation. Unsupervised for years. Still smoking weed the whole time. Never got listed. And just had to do classes in community service. Got that over with. Then still seeing Michelle off and on once in a while, just for fun things, fuck buddies, whatever. Then I got my own apartment. I met Julie, some other friends I know in Denver. Julie's my baby's mama. I had a baby with her a year after that. I'm going a little fast here. So I got my own apartment. So we're gonna talk about. Met a lead singer of some band, Big Green Lime. What we're gonna talk about. Started with remodeling. Did that for a couple months. Didn't get a job. Moved back to Greeley with Julie to my grandma's house. She got pregnant. Got a job at Walmart right over there. See the park over there, the playground? I didn't really think about marriage ever because I just didn't feel right with any of the women I was with. I just was happy to have someone as a companion, I guess. So our relationship wasn't the greatest, but I wasn't married to her or anything. But we were living together. And stayed with her for about 5 years. Michelle I was with for 5 years. So, well, no, 4 years. I'd say 4 years each. I was with them. And there was a 2 year span between them. From 17 to 27. So, stayed with her. Lost my job at Walmart because I transferred to Denver because she really wanted to live in Denver. This was 2 years into a relationship, 3 years into a relationship. And she swears she did a job and it'd be better. Fucking no, wrong, lies, bullshit, worse. Rent cost more and she didn't get a job. I ended up losing the apartment, getting kicked out. Moved back to Greeley for a few months, got unemployment, and my dad showed up and said, come live with me in Wyoming. So we go live with him. And he's having his own problem with women and law and issues for a few months while we're living with him. And then he finds a girl that works at Safeway and is half Japanese, half something else, like Korean or something. And she's got money and owns a bunch of property, rents them out and stuff. So my dad finds and marries her, and me and Julie were witnesses in Wyoming. Unemployment ran out, had no money, so I just left, bounced. Immediately came back here, and we got on homeless. The city, the churches. So we were homeless for a while. Got more unemployment, so I got a vehicle. Got out of homelessness. Started living with grandma for a little bit, and then Julie decided to bounce and break up with me because she thought she could do better, I guess, or something, which is funny. She didn't, but anyways. And music, 2004, playing video games this whole time, still working. Only one working in the relationship, by the way, the whole time. And Guitar Hero, I like that a lot. And, but music, I was listening to ICP and became a juggalo in 2004. And they're the only ones who really know how to be themselves compared to everyone else. It doesn't. They like people who like being themselves. There's no standard. There's no, oh, you got to be like this. You got to be like that. Or, well, you can't be in our club because you're not following the rules. No, it's none of that shit. So yeah, I fit in perfectly with that. While I was with Julie, right in 2008, we went to LA, and I was playing World of Warcraft cards game. I went to LA for a tournament, stayed there for a while. See what else I did. A year after that, I went to Gen Con in Minneapolis without anyone, by myself. Had a good time. That was fun. See what else did I do. Well, that's about it for part 2 of my life story. The rest will be on part 3. But, yep, this is my playground and park where I grew up.
Nope. Yep. Sorts of people. Stop it.
Stop it.